So hello everybody, and this is my review of Salmon Fishing in the Yemen, as you can probably tell by the title up top. And I got to go to an early fundraiser screening of this movie, and well, the movie's out now, but it's practically finishing its run. But I really wanted to talk about this movie, so the review's out now for you all to see. But I've just been really busy with homework, a lot more homework this year than last year, and I've also kind of been lazy on the side as well. I'm gonna be honest. And I wasn't really planning on seeing this movie, but my parents had tickets to a fundraiser screening, and they asked if I wanted to go, so I was like, why not? Now, you may or may not have heard of this movie, and if you have, then good for you. But if you haven't, then Salmon Fishing in the Yemen is a British rom-com starring Ian McGregor and Emily Blunt, the love of my life. And they work together after news comes in that the president in the Yemen wants to introduce salmon fishing there, hence the title. So, since this has the potential to be huge and is a really difficult task to do, it is with their help to try and bring fishing in the Yemen. Now, I can say straight off the bat that I am glad that I saw this movie, and it's a really nice feel-good one. What made this movie work so well is just how enjoyable and funny it was. I could see that the whole cinema was enjoying themselves throughout. And the main reason as to why it is funny has to come from the script and how well written it is. The ideas and the setup and how each funny line is set is close to gold. And just makes the movie so much more enjoyable and stops it from having tonal issues. Because all the way throughout, it always knew what tone it was going for and know what tone to go for in each scene and situation. It never felt wrong or off, which is great because with this kind of movie it is really easy to mess up the tone, and in sections and a large majority of the film just feels muddled. But this doesn't do that, which is rather, it's kind of impressive actually. The acting was great also. Ian McGregor was highly likeable and charming as Dr. Alfred Jones. Then Emily Blunt turns out a fantastic performance. She's just so likeable and believable as her character. Although I do wish she did have more jokes to deliver. But she was no surprise because she is a great actress and looks absolutely beautiful at the same time. I mean, just, oh, marry me, Emily Blunt. But the thing I like the most about this film is how it is basically split into two. The first half focuses solely on comedy and does a great job of that. And the second half is this very sweet and enjoyable story, and most of the reason as to why I came out of the cinema with a smile on my dial. Also, with that second half, brings out some good messages and contains the main moral of the story, which is very nice to see. But also, mainly in that second half, the movie becomes pretty predictable. Very predictable, might I say. There were a few things that were surprising and I didn't expect to happen, but they weren't that big and just get overshadowed by how predictable the second half is. Once that second half hits, you can see exactly where the rest of the film is headed. Because I'd seen it all before. I knew what was going to happen scene after scene, and it was very generic, so it is hard not to guess what is going to happen in this main climax. Also, at times, there are some tonal issues. Now, yeah, I know that's pretty off-putting, as I just said earlier that the movie didn't have any tonal issues and that it knew what it was going for all the way throughout. But allow me to explain. Because at one part of the movie, it is if they're going for a light dramedy in its climax. But then, seconds later, it is trying to be an action/suspense. And for that part, when that happens, just that small part, it does not work. When the main threat comes in, it feels like it just popped out of nowhere. And the kind of tone that it's set out for the threat adds some suspense, but pretty little, and for the most part, it just does not seem fitting. So let's wrap things up with the one-sentence review. Salmon Fishing in the Yemen is a very nice, sit-back, relax, light-hearted dramedy that includes a very decent cast, and unlike The Avengers, is a great way to start off the winter movie season nice and slow. 3.5 stars. I would very much recommend this relaxing, sweet, light, independent film. So, if you're looking for a nice, light time at the movies, nothing too serious, head out and go and see Salmon Fishing in the Yemen. Chances are, you'll think it was worth your money. Also, I'd just like to take this moment to tell you guys that my half-year report of 2012 in film is on my blog. I'll put the link to that in the description. Includes my top 10 of the year so far, and also things like Best Director, Best Actor, Most Overrated and Underrated Film for the half year. Also, I have my tickets to Cabin in the Woods, which I'm really excited about, next Friday. And until my next review, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Thomas, and that's a review.